Good morning, everybody. We're here downtown Montgomery, Alabama. We are standing up for people's rights. Civil rights leader Mr. Turner came down from Washington. As you see, this is the capital of Montgomery, Alabama. We're actually fighting for the laws and things to change here, requesting that all police officers have to have their body cams on, and if they do lose them or they don't have them, they need to be dismissed from the service because everyone deserves to see what's going on. We really feel like that the lady that came down yesterday, the police officer had attacked her. They pulled her arm out of socket. She was beaten. Her face was black and blue. I actually walked in and saw her after they got through with her. They broke her ankle. They messed up her back, her legs. Like, she was actually bedridden for a while. She'll be back this next week. We're going to be having a march on the 10th. The Black Panthers will be here in downtown Montgomery, Alabama. They will be here the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Standing together, uniting with us, trying to get some attention drawn because every media station that we have contacted, they're afraid to publicize these cases. And if you look up Harris versus Prattville, Alabama, you will find on there that her case, she won that up in the Supreme Court, the federal court. The things that happened to that lady, it was just uncalled for. She moved away to Florida because her family was being targeted. And then after that happened, she came up to speak because she never got a chance to tell her story or tell what happened. And with that being said, as far as my case, I never sued the police, but I was beat up by a police officer. He came in my yard, he ran at me, tackled me like a football player because I knew the law. My minor is in criminal justice. My major is in business management, and the things that I was actually doing was telling him that he could not do what he was doing because he was taking a child away from a parent, giving it to another parent, and that a judge can only do. And as far as the children, I have an affidavit from my son's wife where she says he's never been violent, never harmed the children, never been doing anything besides loving them. And she did a report on him saying that he had beat her up. This is the second time she's done something like this. And she actually, with the prayers and mama on her knees, begging for God to rain down his spirit on top of her and let her change her story, and she did. And at this point, we have a recording where she said that police coerced her into doing that. I have a recording where the police actually had told my son's lawyer that he said he hated to tell me this, but it was going to hurt my feelings. It might hurt my feelings, and I can play that recording if people want to hear it. But he said the police hate you. And with that being said, it's like I'm one individual here with the police department in my town hating me, which I know there's not all bad cops, but there are some that are. And I just really want people to come out and support what we're doing. We're going to be here every day. We're going to be in front of the Capitol up until the 11th. I've got the civil rights leader here. He came down to stand beside us, and he's made a really big impact here. And he has an office over. You want to turn that way? He has an office over in that building right there where it says WSFA on the 4th floor. Anybody else that's having any type of problems with their civil rights, you need to contact him. Mr. Turner, you want to give your phone number?
843-668-6717.
And he is the man that actually can make some moves happen here. He is actually coming down here from Washington, D.C. He left his office there, came down here. He actually went to Atlanta, and then he had us to go by that office, and we connected with the ACI, or AIC.
Get in with it.
With that being said,
Get in.
he actually is working together with them to try to change the DOC, the Department of Justice, their laws and stuff, making it where the guards have body cams at all times when they're in there with the prisoners or at the jails. There needs to be an open window so we can see how our people are being treated inside the jails and the prison system. They need to have medical treatment.
You can mention about Thursday. We got to meet with them.
Yeah, we'll be at the Capitol Thursday, this next Thursday. But with that being said, there have been so many cases that have come to the light within the last 3 days. I had a gentleman contact me and say that in Montgomery, Alabama, there was a pregnant young woman there with no medical treatment, had her baby in jail, and it died. There was another young man that had been arrested, had tickets. He was getting out in 2 days. His family was
They ain't say nothing, see?
happy. And the second day, or the second day that he, from him getting out, no, I just said that all wrong, but 2 days before he got out, they said he hung himself. And they said he was so happy that he was fixing to get out that they just really did not feel like that they should be able to do that. And then on top of that, there's cases of this young man, he got his lung punctured by the police in Elmore County. So Montgomery County, Elmore County. My son, while he was in protective custody, he had already been beat up once and put in protective custody, and the guards accidentally rolled back the gates, and a known gang member, he attacked him, broke his eye socket, his nose, never any medical treatment. Then I got a call the other day that a prisoner that had been, or a jail inmate had been in there with him, said that he had a knot under his arm. My son had not had any medical treatment. The civil rights leader did call, and they said that like 2 days before that they had finally, but he had went like a week and a half with no medical treatment with a knot the size of a baseball under his arm. As a mother, I'm thinking, you know, that could set up a blood clot. What is that? Why has he got something like that? He's never had nothing like that before. My son said that the jail there was so nasty. He said there was no water for like 4 or 5 hours. And then he said there was sewage all over the floors they were having to walk through. He said there's mold on the floor, on the walls. He gave me a description of a lot of things, and it's just really sad that we're allowing them to be living like the zoos take care of the animals better than we're taking care of our family. These are our family members, no matter if they're in trouble or not. We can't throw them to the trash. I want to fight to try to find out if we can have it set up to where we can educate them when they get out of there, find their passion, find what they're doing, and let's like educate them to where they can come out and they're back in society bringing things up. Right now we have a system set up to where they're put into cages. They're not really enforcing and making it to where they can have an education. It's like they just feed them, throw them to the wolves, is what I feel like. But you guys, y'all come out, stand with us. We will be here, like I said, every day. We are going to be here in front of the Capitol at least 2 to 3 times a day. Like, we might come in and out, we might be at the office, but we're going to come back here. I know today, later on, we're going to go down by the fountain downtown. There's like a little area there where Rosa Parks statue's at. We're going to be down there playing a little bit of music, having some people sing and stuff. Maybe a couple speakers might come through. I know myself, I'm always going to be here to where I want to see justice for everyone. And like Little Baby's song that he has out, it's bigger than black and white. You know, if we don't stand together, everything he said in that song, I was like, you know what? It's the truth. Everything he said. It is so like heartfelt when I hear that. And I mean, being a woman, being attacked by police, I'm afraid in a way. Like, I was really scared. And then you know what I did? I got down on my hands and knees. I said, God above, rain down your spirit around me, rain down your spirit around every place I go. I ask for protection. I ask God to help us. And at this point in time, I feel like that I am covered and God has got me. You guys have a great day. I am really excited to actually be able to put this out here and let people hear what we're talking about. And thank you, Mr. Turner. I appreciate you coming all the way down here to help us. You have a great day, folks.